Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to Week 9. This is Take It to the Hizzy Fantasy Football, TITTH number 67. I'm your host, Justin Bruni. I got Nick Davis with me. Tell him what's up, Nick.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Yep, welcome to Week 9. Happy Sunday. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well, ready to take off with us here. We're going to jump into some player game statuses. I'm going to jump in here. So everybody that's ruled out today, just taking it from the top, a lot of these you know, some you might not. Devontae Freeman, Chris Carson, Carlos Hyde, Kenny Galladay, Sammy Watkins. Ooh, Sammy Watkins, I like that. Gardner Minshew, Matt Breida, Kenyon Drake, N'Keal Harry, and Golden Tate. One of my opponents was lining up Sammy Watkins all week. It's like thinking he's going to be coming back. He's not. Not expected to play today. Doubtful. Mark Ingram, T.Y. Hilton, Calvin Ridley, Sam Darnold. Expected to play. Some big ones here. Phillip Lindsay, Josh Jacobs, Keenan Allen, huge for me. Zeke Elliott, Mike Thomas, Chris Godwin, Jamison Crowder, Tim Patrick. And still a game time decision is going to be Damian Harris for New England. Any big ones there that shock you, Nick?
Calvin Ridley is going to be out. That's hurt my lineup pretty big.
Not great.
Glad to see Phillip Lindsay back in. I'm glad that he's coming back while it seems like Melvin Gordon's dealing with some internal punishment and he's kind of taken out. Lindsay, I saw, has like one of the best starting careers or something like that for a running back. I don't know. But
it's like yards per touch or something like that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But he's doing it very quietly too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really big. Zeke, all week, it was going to be an issue. Him doing Jerry Jones was saying he's going to take it all the way up to the pregame workout just to make sure that he gets in. I don't think Jerry Jones is going to sit him.
No.
Yeah, those are the only ones that affected me. But Calvin Ridley, it was kind of like the big bummer. We saw that play with his foot and stuff. So it's not surprising, but it sucks.
Yeah, not great. What we saw from Calvin Ridley on that injury. I mean, you thought he broke his foot.
I mean, the pressure could definitely have broken his foot for sure. So luckily, it's just a week-to-week thing. But he misses another week, which
Yep. We'll get into it, though. We'll get into the Falcons, some opportunity plays there behind Julio Jones. Diving into the first matchup, we got Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Buffalo Bills. Seahawks road dog favorites, -3 on the road, -151 on the money line. Bills at +3 on the spread, +131 on the money line. Game total of 55 points. What are you feeling here, Nick? What do you like?
I'm going to say Buffalo does not cover. The one stat I'm really looking at, Seattle's 5-2 against the spread.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo's 3-5 against the spread. Seattle's defense is atrocious.
Bad. It's bad.
But Josh Allen isn't kind of like one of those quarterbacks that's going to dice you up with like a billion completion. He really takes those big shots. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they're able to, put the cap on him, they can probably keep him. But I have seen the Buffalo defense not be able to contain normal offenses. And they're going up against Russ Wilson, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. DJ Dallas is coming into
Mm-hmm.
his own. So
promoted Alex Collins from the practice squad.
let's go, Alex Collins. He actually looked okay in Baltimore.
Pete Carroll says he's getting carries. He's getting a workload.
I like him a lot. I don't know why he hasn't really came onto the league. He's a very hard runner. He's kind of like Marshawn Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
I was impressed with him when he came on, but I think when he came on, when I saw him, it was preseason. So, those guys are normally cut no matter
Mm-hmm.
what. But, I'm having Buffalo not cover the spread. I'm going to look more into trends, but you can go into what you think about it.
Yeah, I'm just going to take Seattle money line here. I'm feeling more confident about them. Better football team as a whole. Bills haven't been covering. I'm not going to take the Bills to cover. I'm not going to take Seattle to cover because I do think this is a 1 or 2 point game. I really do. If you're going to take anybody on the spread, I'm going to say take Seattle -3. But I prefer just taking them on the money line. I like the value at -151. Game total 55. What do you think with the weather? We're looking at 10-mile-per-hour winds, 60 degrees. I feel like it'll be all right. I feel like Seattle's good in the cold.
Yeah, I was about to say, these are both cold weather teams. Russ kind of just, I think he plays in like rain all the time. So this is kind of normal. 10 mile an hour is not that big of a deal. If it's probably like 15, I'd be a little bit more concerned because that means more arm power that has to be thrown with the ball to be able to go through the air, go on the track that you want. I'm kind of looking into the trends a little bit right now, and Buffalo is 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games. And Buffalo's 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games at home. And then also 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games this season. And then let me see. Seattle, the total has gone over in 6 of the Seattle's last 8 games. That's because their defense is so bad and their offense just is able to keep up with just about anything.
Right, yeah, absolutely. You like the total, 55?
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
I don't hate that number.
I can see a total going over, but with like a difference of like 6 points. Like that's absolutely 3 is a little tight for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll definitely take the over. Seattle's 10-3 straight up in their last 13 games on the road. They're road warriors, so
yeah,
I'm taking Seattle. Buffalo's not going to cover, and Seattle's going to walk away with the win.
All right, sounds good. I mean, yeah, I'm feeling the same way. Seattle, I was not in on them last week at in the morning, right afternoon. I changed my tune. They make me some money, so I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable this week. We'll see what we get out of them, but I like it. Sitter starts here. Russ Wilson, duh. I mean Metcalf, Lockett, duh. But are you plugging in some DJ Dallas this week? Can you make $1 holler on some DJ Dallas? I'm saying so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I like DJ Dallas. I like him coming out too. And if we're hearing his name and not Rashad Penny or whatever, that guy is like down off the face of the earth. Like it's kind of bad.
He's hurt.
Oh, well, still, I just disappointed because I had high hopes for him with DJ Dallas. He was a great college running back. I think he's going to do very well in Seattle, and especially with Alex Collins being there, just kind of gives the ability to spell each other.
Yeah, I'm not telling you to get Alex Collins in your lineups. I don't even know if you can. I tried to add him, and Yahoo just doesn't even have him available. Like, sorry, like you can't use that player.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they do by now or by today, but I tweeted it. I tweeted out my screenshot. Yahoo, do better. You can do better than that. Opposite side of the ball for the Bills, Singletary, Moss, firing up both of them.
I would take $1 holler on Moss to see if he has some consistency from last week. Singletary, Diggs, yes. Beasley, I like Beasley. I like Beasley a lot.
Even with John Brown, 100%?
Oh, yeah, John Brown, 100%.
No, you like Cole Beasley with John Brown, 100%?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still do. I think Cole Beasley is a slot receiver. And John Brown is a deep threat second receiver. And then Dawson Knox, you can also put him back in. He's worth playing. And Josh Allen. So I think that's the entire offense worth playing.
So I mean, it's Seattle, right? It's Seattle at the end of the day. Don't have to really get that cute with it. I mean, they're going to give up a yardage. They're going to give up those big chunk plays. So, yeah, fire up everybody. I think that Moss is probably the guy using the red zone, but I think Singletary will probably still grab some catches, have some value up the rest of the field.
I get you.
Next up, we got Broncos and the Falcons. Looking at Broncos, road dogs, +4, and the Falcons -4. Falcons -205 on the money line. Broncos +175. Game total of 49 points. Instantly, I like the game total here. I'm going to take the over. I also like the Broncos here, just in general. I like them for a straight up win. Give me the +175 here. I think that the +4 is going to be a home run today. I think the Broncos are going to cover. I think they're going to win. They're looking really good recently. Drew Lock coming off a career game. Phillip Lindsay's getting rolling, and they still have Melvin Gordon just there, kind of. He's been kind of anemic, as we say, the past few weeks. Hasn't been doing as much, but he's still catching the ball and still getting you some fantasy value. But Vic Fangio and company has said as much, like, hey, Lindsey's our guy. What do you think here?
Man, this is it's kind of interesting that Atlanta is the favorite, even though they have a worse record. And then
home field, young quarterback experience.
But if you're looking at the trends, these are some very interesting trends here. So
what do you got?
Atlanta is 2-6 straight up in their last 8 games. and then they're 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games when playing at home against Denver. And
they're 1-1. They're 1-what?
They're 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games when playing at home against Denver.
Interesting.
And then Atlanta is
interesting.
2-9 straight up in their last 11 games at home. It's kind of like, if you're paying attention to the numbers, this is like easy money. Based on the trend, I mean, I would be going Denver all day. I've actually been impressed with Denver, even with the Chargers that have. I would say the Chargers are a little bit more of a mature team, even though their quarterback's the same, level of block. But a little bit more mature team, and they were able to go into a shootout and win in overtime. I see Atlanta not being at the same level as the Chargers, even though they have older veterans. It's just their team's falling apart. If Drew Lock can keep it together, I think that Denver blows out Atlanta, to be completely honest. Philip Lindsay's coming back. Philip Lindsay, I feel.
Well, Philip Lindsay is back last week. I mean, he scored a touchdown.
I know, but I think he's going to build upon that. It's just for sure. No, he's been doing really well for them. Like I said, Vic Fangio has said as much. He's their guy. He's going to be the lead dog based off of what they've seen recently. And of course, we're kind of expecting some type of punishment from the NFL on Melvin Gordon. As far as your guys there, I think you got to fire up all of your pieces for the Broncos. The Falcons have allowed, the most passing touchdowns, 20. They've only collected 6 interceptions. I think, the most passing yards against, actually, just one notch ahead of Seattle, just one team there. I think there's a ton of value here for Drew Lock this week, firing him up. Lindsey, Gordon, Noah Fant. We're starting Albert O in DFS. Jerry Jeudy. What about Tim Patrick or KJ Hamler? Not KJ Hamler, Tim Patrick.
Fire up some Tim Patrick this week. He's healthy. He's good to go. Been getting in good sessions of practice this week. So, I'm firing up everybody. And kind of going over to the Falcons here, we mentioned Calvin Ridley going to be out of this game, or at least, it looks that way. He's doubtful. Can we fire up some Olamide Zaccheaus, some Russ Gage behind Julio Jones, or is it just, 16 targets, 14 catches, 2 touchdowns for Julio Day?
No, I don't see that happening for Julio. You how I kind of thought that was Devontae, though.
That's what I'm getting at. I mean, Davante Adams, he's doing a lot of talking about being best wide receiver in the league. Julio Jones, he likes to have those same conversations with people. Is it one of those weeks where we see these top guys go off? I don't know.
Davante Adams and Julio Jones go about their stats different ways. So I don't want to get into that. But
their quarterback will not completely overload one over the other. Aaron Rodgers gives Davante Adams, the keys to the city. Come on.
Yeah. So, with Ridley being out, I am higher on Hayden Hurst. When I've been watching Atlanta, I've been seeing him get a little bit more involved in the playbook each week. Olamide Zaccheaus, he was just kind of there for a week to fill in for when Julio was out. But that was because everybody was focusing so hard on Ridley. Even though Ridley is out right now, the focus is still going to be on Julio Jones. So I'm higher on Hayden Hurst. I'm high on Todd Gurley. He's leading the NFL in rushing touchdowns, I think. And then Matt Ryan, he is a play. I mean, he does throw. I think he has the most passing yards in the NFL. It's just he does throw interceptions right now, and that's a little negative. But if you want to save some money on some salaries and DFS, go ahead, take a shot on Matt Ryan and stack him with Julio or something. It's not going to be a Rodgers and Davante Adams stack though. So
no, I don't think so. I mean, the Broncos have only allowed 11 passing touchdowns, have just as many interceptions, I believe, as the Falcons. 5 interceptions. I think the Falcons have 6, but everyone's throwing on the Falcons.
I like their corner. I forgot Olamide or something. He's made some plays, and they've been barely out of bounds or something like that. I think he's going to be a nice little piece in their secondary, and he could be someone to watch for in this game because his stats don't show it. But if you watch the Broncos games, he has made some amazing defensive plays. So someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. So in this game, just kind of wrap it up here. Falcons, I'm going to in general, I'm going to take the Broncos +4 or the money line, whatever your flavor is, whatever you're liking. Over under 49. Can we get in on the over?
I'm going to go over. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say over as well. Give me the Broncos win. For the Falcons, give me Matt Ryan it's a deeper play. In single quarterback leagues, you may actually have a quarterback with a better matchup. If you do, I'm thinking something juicier here. I feel like he's going to have 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Could be more of a Todd Gurley day.
Yeah,
especially with Calvin Ridley out. But give me Julio Jones, give me Russ Gage, give me Hayden Hurst, and give me Todd Gurley. Will you dip into the Brian Hill area?
Nope, I'm out of there.
A little too deep for you?
I've gone in there. There's nothing in there, guys. So back on out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get the usage there. Todd Gurley's getting all the touchdowns. He's getting to finish the drives. But Brian Hill, he's got some sneaky value.
He has to break a play though. Like, you're not going to be feeding him the ball. It's just when Todd Gurley's tired, they're going to throw in Brian Hill. And, I thought he was.
But he's the running back to break a play though. That's what we've seen. Like, we don't see Todd Gurley making those big play breaks. That's the only thing.
Availability is also key to winning. So
no, absolutely. Well, I'm not saying to start Brian Hill over Todd Gurley, guys.
I kind of put him in DFS thinking he's going to maybe get like 10 touches or something like that. It's not like that. It's more like 7, and they're going to be inside zones, and somehow he just breaks something. So that's basically what it is.
Yep, absolutely. I can make a dollar holler maybe in DFS this week. All right, next up we got Chicago Bears traveling to Tennessee. Bears plus 6.5 on the spread, plus 250 on the money line. Tennessee Titans minus 6.5, minus 300 on the money line. Game total of 46.5 points. I think the easy play here is the over. I think there's going to be plenty of enough offense on both sides, especially from the Titans. I do think that they're going to be setting the tone. I think it's going to be a lot of Derrick Henry early on, but I do think that the Bears cover the spread here. They've been in close games every week. If you're giving me a touchdown, yeah, I'm going to take that. So give me the 6.5 points there. What do you think, Nick?
Chicago is 5-3 against the spread this year. Tennessee is 2-5 against the spread.
Not great.
Are basically identical with Chicago just having 1 more loss with playing 1 more game. Let me see. Chicago is 4-2 against the spread in the last 6 games. Total's gone under in 4 of their last 5 games. I am kind of sneakily thinking the under because I think that the Chicago Bears defense is going to stymie Derrick Henry. And I think that Derrick Henry is not going to be able to get going like he is normally against normal defenses. And I think that the Titans offense is going to struggle. I have not seen enough firepower to really trust the Chicago Bears offense. They do have like Allen Robinson. I just had a post on it. It was like Allen Robinson should be in the Hall of Fame for having 3 1,000-yard receiving seasons with Nick Foles, Mitch Trubisky, and who's the other guy?
Blake Bortles.
Blake Bortles. There we go. Yeah. So they do have pieces, but they're just not able to play together. I don't think it's the pieces. I think it's the play calling. So I think that this is going to be more of a defensive-based game. I'm going to go for the under on this.
Yeah, I just don't see the Titans' defense coming to play. I'm not sure of Desmond King's availability this week, if he's going to be on the field, if he's playing a lot, if he's not playing a lot. If he's just going to be out there to just man up somebody, and that's it. I really have no idea. If I had more concrete info on him, I might be closer to leaning that direction. But the Titans, and you can maybe pull up to like the last 5 game trends, whatever. They're just allowing a lot of points. I still don't see their defense coming to play. They're going to need to bring a lot of their blitz packages, bring a ton of pressure on Foles. That's really right now, just the easy way to beat the Bears is just really attack their offensive line. I think that the Bears are going to have some things dialed up for that this week. So I feel pretty good about the total, actually. I'm feeling pretty solid about that, but I also feel good about the Bears covering. So, I mean, there's some good value in this game, in my opinion, based on the spread and just, the Titans' poor pace of play on defense here. Go ahead.
I was just going to go over how many points they've allowed. So, against Cincinnati, they lost. They allowed 31 points. Against Pittsburgh, they lost. They allowed 27. Against against Houston, they won. They allowed 36. And they won against Buffalo, allowing 42. Allowing 6.
A lot of points against. So, a lot of points against.
I do understand that. That does make sense. It's not that I think that the Tennessee Titans defense is going to come to play. I feel like the Chicago offense is going to struggle. And I'm not saying their players are bad. Like, I really do love their players. Like, give me Allen Robinson on any other team. I'd love it. Give me David Montgomery. I take those guys. But it just seems like they can't get it together. They have no synergy. It's just kind of like throwing darts at a board and hoping that something sticks. So I think it's going to be more them struggling to get something going on offense than the defense showing up for 10.
So you're good to bench Montgomery this week?
Yeah.
Good bench Montgomery, bench Allen Robinson, Darnell Mooney.
Allen Robinson, he's going to get maybe a 100-yard game. I can see that, but the touchdown is going to be hard to come by. I feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a tough sit for Montgomery this week. What are the Titans on? 750 yards against on the ground, 7 rushing touchdowns, about a rushing touchdown per game. Montgomery, he likes to just park it at 10 fantasy points. I don't know what it is. So
I can tell you the rushing yards that they allowed Tennessee.
Mm-hmm, sure. 750 is what I just said, but go ahead.
Well, I was going to break it down by game.
Okay.
118 by the Bengals last week. 94 against
with no Joe Mixon.
No Joe Mixon. 94 against the Steelers. 92 against the Texans. 95 against the Buffalo Bills. 226 against the Vikings. 165 against the Jaguars, and 107 against the Broncos. That's all their games this year.
Pretty decent value.
Like I said, I think the Chicago Bears, and I don't like talking bad about the Chicago Bears. From what I've seen, it's just like their offense just cannot click. Their defense is so awesome, but their offense is just it's hit or miss.
If there's a week to get the run going, they got to do it this week up against the Titans. I'm taking the over there. I'm going to definitely say to start David Montgomery, especially based off of the numbers you just shared. Darnell Mooney is, he's kind of a deeper option for me. Speaking personally, he's on my bench in one league. He's going to stay there. I'm not really comfortable. Like between him and like DJ Shark, yeah, sure. There's probably some sharp money that says, that Mooney could have a better game. Shark is not in the greatest situation with a backup quarterback coming in this week, but Darnell Mooney's got Foles at quarterback, who is technically still was the backup, right? So I'm going to keep him on my bench. Cole Kmet, Jimmy Graham, maybe they make a dollar holler for like DFS value, but I don't know if you're trying to start them in your regular week-to-week fantasy. Nick Foles, in 2 quarterback leagues, I'm not feeling terrible about starting up against the Titans defense that, again, continues to allow a lot of points. For the Titans, you're not sitting Derrick Henry still.
I'm not sitting there.
What about the receivers like Corey? Adam Humphries is out, so are you still good to start Corey Davis, AJ Brown?
I am okay with AJ Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Not okay with Corey Davis. Tannehill, I feel like a game management game is coming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I'm going completely against the trend here, but this is just what I'm feeling with this kind of game. I've seen a lot from the defense of Chicago, it's not a lot from the offense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the Tennessee's power is their offense. It's just going to go against Chicago's defense and get stymied. So I feel like we're going to watch like the Rams Super Bowl that we recently watched, where there's high-powered offense, but the defense came up to play and stymied them to have a low-scoring game. That's kind of what I feel.
Well, Titans are getting a defense this week, apparently, according to Nick here.
They're not getting a defense. It's just the Chicago Bears offense is going to struggle, and that's what I feel like.
You got to play 4 quarters. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see what we get there. Next up, we got Lions and the Vikings. Vikings coming in favorites.
Vikings what?
Don't see that very often. -3.5 on the spread, -205 on the money line. Game total is at 51. I like the game total. I like the points here. Matt Stafford is going to be in this game. He's going to be good to go. So give me the points. Give me over 51.5. The spread, though, I just don't like it. I think I'm just going to take Vikings on the money line here. To me, it's a lot closer than 205 and plus 175. It's more of a pick 'em, in my opinion. But I'm going to take the Vikings here. They look like they were able to really establish the run last week up against the Packers, coming off a big win. I think they can get it done again up against the Lions. What do you think?
I got some trends for you here. So Detroit is 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games against Minnesota. They're 0-5. They're 0-5 straight up in their last 5 games against Minnesota. The total has gone under in 5 of Detroit's last 5 games when playing on the road against Minnesota. They are 2-10 in their last 12 games against an NFC opponent. They are 0-8 in their last 8 games against an NFC North opponent, and they are 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games played in November. I am. When you kind of like look at it, you don't think about those trends. You're like, oh man, the books are really loving Dalvin Cook based on what he did last week. But man, the history is showing that Detroit is going to get smacked around this week by Minnesota. I'm going to say that Minnesota wins. I think that they're going to build upon last week with Alvin Cook. They're probably going to lean on the run game a little bit, but it's going to set up their pass game. And Matt Patricia is not a good defensive coach. So there are pieces that are
supposed to be.
The word is the same people that called about Adam Gates being an offensive mastermind about Matt Patricia. So yeah, I'm going to go Minnesota beats Detroit. And I'm going to say Minnesota or Detroit does not cover because they're pretty bad against the spread history-wise.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I'm going to take Vikings money line there. I don't want to touch the spread here. Could easily be a 1-point game. I'm not trying to play with that. So give me the Vikings money line straight up. Give me the points. Starting some Kirk Cousins this week.
No.
Obviously, Dalvin Cook. Justin Jefferson.
Have to, yes.
Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam Thielen. Like one of the best top 5 wide receiver right now in the league. No big deal. My guy. No big deal. Lions, Matthew COVID Stafford.
Is he in? I thought he was out.
No, he's activated.
Oh, okay. I play him, yeah.
I mean, if he's in, they're not starting him, Chase Daniel over him for the sake of him. Oh, you missed practice, bud. Sorry. No, Matthew COVID Stafford, fire him up if he's in for sure. I mean, all signs point to him being in the lineup today. DeAndre Swift, Adrian Peterson.
One of them's got to do something.
Let's say Swift. Let's go Swift.
Yeah, I can go Swift.
I mean, defensive line for the Vikings still isn't great. I think there's some good value for him in this game. Kenny Galladay out for the Lions. Who's your favorite receiver today?
Marvin Jones.
Yeah, I'm still taking Marvin Jones. Everybody's been really high this week on Marvin Hall, but I'm still high on Marvin Jones this week. I think it's going to be a potential breakout week for him. Hawkinson, yeah, I mean, you got to fire him up. Kind of a must start every week at this point. Really glad I didn't bench him for Robert Tonyan the other night. That would have been really bad. That'd have been really bad. All right, next up, we got the Ravens traveling to Indianapolis. Ravens coming in -1 favorites on the road, -129 on the money line. Colts +1 at home, +109. Game total of 47.5 points. I'm definitely taking the over there. Less than 50 points. Lamar Jackson's a quarterback. Yeah, I'm taking it. Weather conditions solid. Going to be indoors. Phillip Rivers, Colts offense has actually been looking pretty good recently. So I'm definitely hammering the over there. What do you think, Nick?
Okay, so total is gone. Oh, so this is for Indianapolis. The total has gone under in 7 of Indianapolis' last 7 games against Baltimore. Total has gone under in 5 of Indianapolis' last 5 games will play at home against Baltimore. It has gone over, though, on 5 of the last 6 games in an AFC opponent. I'm going to say I do think that Baltimore wins this game. I think that there's just too much firepower coming from Lamar Jackson and J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. It's literally like a 3-headed attack for the rushing attack. I'm going to say that the Indianapolis Colts don't cover. I think that it's going to be more than 1 point that they win by. I think that they're just trying to keep this tight because Indianapolis defense has shown up this year, but I just don't think they can contain Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a long day for the Colts defense. They have looked really good all year long, but I think that they're just going to be going up against a different beast this week in the Ravens offense. Adding Des Bryant there, I don't think is going to hurt. I think that's going to open up some things for Marquise Brown. I'm actually feeling a lot better after hearing the information yesterday about Des Bryant playing in this game, just because I think it's going to open up some opportunity for a Marquise Brown. Hopefully his jibber-jabbering on Twitter gets him some more touches. It doesn't wind up hurting him more than it helps him. We'll see what we get there. So you're feeling the Ravens on the win. I like that. Just give me the money line. 1 point spread. Don't want to play with it. Just give me a Ravens dub. You like the total?
Total's 48.
So you like, or did you like the under you were mentioning?
So the over is 67%. Like 67% of the money is towards the over. 33% is the under. I'm going to go under. I'm going to play contrarian on this one. I think that the Ravens are going to win. I just don't think that they're able to stack drive upon drive and really build that lead up. So I'm going to say the under of 48, and it's going to be a close. This will be a dirty win, but it's going to be a win.
No, you have 48. I got 47 and a half. But yeah,
I
pretty.
48. Sorry.
Yeah, 40, 47, 48. I don't know. I like a 28, 25 type of game. 28, 24. I don't know.
I think you're giving the offense of the Colts a little too much credit, and that's where I'm kind of leaning on the under. It's not that I'm saying that the Ravens aren't going to, put up some points.
Mhm.
I just don't see Philip Rivers putting it together against Marlon Humphreys, Marcus Peters, Chuck Clark.
Marlon Humphreys, I believe, is out of this game with COVID.
Man. Okay. Well, I still got Jimmy Smith there.
Oh no, they got Deshaun Elliott too. I mean, they're solid back there. The Colts offense just recently they've just been rolling 41, 31. Was it they had a 20 41 up against Detroit, 31 up against Cincinnati. Cleveland 23. I mean these numbers are still driving. I mean 23, 28 loss. That would do it. The Bears, 19 points. Jets 36, 28. 20 to the Jags.
Their opponents have been so poor, though. That's the thing. It's just like this is going to be more towards the Bears game, which I definitely see being more of like their offensive output. I just don't see them putting it together against this Ravens defense.
All right, we'll see what we get out of them. Sitting Phillip Rivers, then sitting John Taylor, sitting Wilkins.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them. Okay. Firing up any of these receivers with Hilton out. Zach Pascal, Marcus Johnson, Nyheim Hines. Starting some Nyheim Hines. There you go. That's next. Trey Burton. All right. Sure. Not my guy. I'm not starting Trey Burton over Jordan Wilkins or Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think what's up with Jonathan Taylor this week? Is he yeah, he's expected to play, so I'll fire up some John Taylor. Jordan Wilkins, I want to keep on the bench still. I think it was just kind of a 1 week thing. I'm not really excited to plug and play him. Zach Pascal, I'll take him with T.Y. Hilton out. Someone's got to catch the ball here, and Trey Burton or Jack Doyle. One of them's got to get a touchdown. I don't think that Trey Burton gets another rushing touchdown this week, but Frank Reich hates us, and that may not be the case. All right. Next up, we got. And for the Ravens, yeah, of course, give me Lamar Jackson. Give me both those running backs. Marquise Brown, not ready to fire up Des Bryant. Mark Andrews is a lock. We're not starting Des Bryant, right?
Oh, I actually had a poll on Twitter, and the overwhelming majority believe. And the question was, is Des Bryant going to be getting some help this week with him being raised in the practice squad? The overwhelming majority said no. And there was like 200 votes.
So we're saying no.
Successful poll on Twitter. So thank you guys for all of that.
Okay, next up, Panthers and the Chiefs. Panthers coming in, big underdogs, plus 10 on the road, plus 405 on the money line. Game total is at 52 points. What are you liking here, Nick?
Man.
CMC is coming back for the Panthers. Can we make the number run here on 10 points with CMC coming back?
I'm looking at the against the spread, and okay, so Carolina's 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games. Not bad. But they are 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games played in November. That's bad. Carolina's 4-0-1 against the spread in their last 5 games played in Week 9. It's a little bit too targeted of a stat for me. This number is very hard because do you think that Kansas City is going to open up the floodgates and let Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce run all over everybody? Or do you think that they're going to kind of hold him back? Like it's almost like there's chains on Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid just letting him pulling the chains and just like, all right, you can't go off this week, but next week I'm going to really let you go. And it's just like kind of feels like that. I don't see them being let off the chains in this game. I see Carolina fighting. I see Carolina keeping in this game, but losing. They are going to cover. I feel like they're going to cover the 10, but lose the game.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I think the Panthers can cover with CMC coming back. Obviously, that opens up a lot of your playbook, right? Having Mike Davis there, he's been doing really well. I mean, the way that I look at it, you just have 2 really good weapons back there with Teddy Bridgewater, who has kind of slowed down a little bit in production. So I'll take the Panthers on the points. I think CMC is going to be a big deal there. But yeah, I want to take the Chiefs on the money line. Game total, I'm going to take the over 52 points. Starting everybody for the Chiefs, starting everybody for the Panthers. Are you not ready to Still continue to start Mike Davis? Is he on your bench still?
I will give him one more week just because I want to see what his offensive role will be because apparently the Matt Rule, he has earned an offensive role. So let's see what that role is. If it's 3 carries, then that's probably not the role that I'm looking for, but we'll see.
Can you fire up Lev Bell this week? I mean, you're firing up all your Chiefs, but can you fire up a Lev Bell?
Why not? I mean, he's not New York. He's still a great running back. Let's see what happens. First week, kind of a strange week, but we'll see what happens this week.
In deeper leagues, if you're really desperate, I'm going to say, I think that his value is going to be touchdown dependent. But, when you're playing on the Chiefs, touchdown dependent is not a bad place to be. So, give me some Lev Bell this week. I'll say fire him up in like 14-team leagues. I'm going to bet in your 12-team league you probably have better depth on your bench. But, you're firing up everybody from this matchup. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. I don't think you need to fire up Ian Thomas. I don't think that's necessary. But, Mike Davis, CMC, Teddy Bridge. Give me all of them. I don't think you're sitting Pat Mahomes any week. So. Next up, we got Texans and the Jaguars. Texans coming in on the road as favorites, -7 on the spread, -292 on the money line. Jaguars starting a new quarterback, Jake Luton, whatever he's going by. I'll let you know after I watch some Red Zone today. Jags +7 at home. Game total 49 points. I like the points here. I think there's going to be plenty of offense on both sides. Houston has still allowed a ton of efficiency to the opposing quarterbacks. I believe they have the most allowed passing touchdowns and the fewest amount of interceptions. It's let me see here. Or maybe it's just the fewest amount of interceptions. Houston Texans. Where'd you go? Running away from me. I don't have the number up here, but I think there's going to be a little bit more opportunity than people suspect for Jake Luton this week. Houston has just not been very good up against the pass. So I'll take the game total here. What do you think about the spread, Nick?
Jacksonville's 0-5 against the spread in the last 5 games, 0-6 in the last 6 games. Total has gone under in 5 of Jacksonville's last 5 games against Houston. They're 0-5 in the last, 0-5 against an AFC opponent. I see Houston winning this game. I do not see them covering. I am not hopeful for Jake Luton, but for some reason I feel that the Jaguars offense will be able to keep pace. Very strange, I know, because it doesn't make any sense, but every time we think that it's going to be a great offensive output, especially with the rookie quarterback coming in, I just don't see it happening on that end. But Houston's going to win this game. I don't think they're going to cover the spread, though, against Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville's going to cover, you're saying?
Yeah.
I gotcha. So Houston Texans allowing 17 passing touchdowns and only 1 interception on the year. So that's the number I was looking for. Sorry about that. As far as where they rank up against passing yards, it's like middle of the field here. So for the Jaguars, I'm not saying to start up Jake Luton, but give me the weapons still. Give me Cole, give me Shark. Steve put Shark on his potential sit list this week. We'll kind of jump into that too. We'll kind of touch on some of those other guys. But Shark is definitely a sit candidate in deeper leagues where I have him. It's just not possible. I just got to continue to fire him up. Hope for the best this week. Still a plus matchup for the rookie QB, so I will take the points. I will take these Jaguars weapons, but I'm not firing up Luton. For the opposite side here for the Texans, give me Watson. Give me David Johnson. Will Fuller. Yep, that's right. Will you start up some Randall Cobb?
Yeah, I would actually.
Matchup should be right today. Gonna be plus efficiency on both sides of the ball here.
Quick digression. Did you see that they stormed the field for Notre Dame?
Yes, I did.
COVID season.
Yes, I did.
Just something saw on TV, and I was like, "What is going on right now?"
Yeah, it's not smart, but.
Interesting. Sorry, quick digression, but let's go to the next one.
Yeah, not smart Notre Dame fans, but whatever. Sometimes you beat a number 1. It doesn't happen very often. Next up, we got New York Giants +2.5 on the spread on the road here, traveling to the football team. Football team favorites at home, -2.5 on the spread, -160 on the money line. Game total of 43.5 points. give me the over here. They hit the over last time they played. Football team, I'm going to take them on the dub. Just give me the win.
Yeah, I can see that.
Not playing with the spread.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from the spread. These teams are really bad, so it's like who's taller, and it's not going to work out. So,
I'm going to say a football team's taller.
yeah, they're barely taller. So the total has gone under in total has gone under in 6 of Washington's last 8 games against the New York Giants. I think the last game was one of the overs. Was like 21-20. And then let me see, I don't know. These trends really don't matter because they're so bad. So give me Washington on the win, staying away from the spread, like you said, because it's going to be a tight game. So
yeah, give me the football team here. I'm not trying to start a lot of these guys. I'm not trying to start.
This is the only guy worth anything. Oh, Terry McLaurin. Once they sorry, Terry McLaurin, you're making me eat my words. You're still an elite wide receiver. Wasn't saying that you weren't, but you are elite. You're doing great. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah, give me Terry McLaurin. Give me Antonio Gibson. I was not trying to start Kyle Allen. I think J.D. McKissick is an interesting start this week. He actually did pretty well their last go around up against the Giants. They actually have a pretty respectable pass rush and a rushing attack. So maybe Gibson doesn't have the same efficiency he did up against the Cowboys a couple weeks ago before the bye. So I think J.D. McKissick is a sneaky start there. Dan Jones, fire him up. I like Dan Jones to get a rushing touchdown this week, but he might also throw 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Washington football team, I think they've allowed the most rushing touchdowns to the quarterback position, like 4 or 5. So I think Dan Jones gets a rushing touchdown this week, but other than that, not too much to write home about. Not trying to get him into my lineups. Golden Tate, Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton. I'll take Slayton.
Honestly, I'll take all of them just because one of them's got to do something. I like Shepard a little bit more just because his catch percentage and he just get a steady guy of catches. It's just not always in the end zone. Ingram kind of like lapses in judgment and concentration. So give me Shepard.
Yeah, I'll take Slayton. Just deep ball guy grabs a deep one, maybe grabs a deep touchdown. Shepard hasn't really popped off the page for me so far since he's been back. Does get that healthy diet like you said, but just doesn't light up the box score with it. Yeah, it doesn't light up the box score with it. So I'm gonna go Slayton there, and I'll take Wayne Gallman. It's not gonna be a great day, but you might need to start Wayne Gallman. Bye weeks, guys that are hurt, whatever it is. So I'll give you some ease and some comfort there. I'll fire him up. Deion Lewis, Devontae Freeman. They haven't been getting it done. Yeah. Gallman looks like their guy. So yeah, give me some Wayne Gallman this week. But yeah, I think best bet there is the total. Give me the over. They hit it in their last go around. Football team was on the road and they hit it. So yeah, I'll take it. Next up, we got to pick them. The Raiders and the Chargers. Nothing available here on the money line. No spread. Who do you got?
Raiders.
I'm thinking the same thing.
I'm going to go Raiders. The predicted score actually on the Chargers is 20-32 Chargers. I just think that the Chargers' offense is very high-powered. They're just not a closing offense. They're putting up the points to go into overtime. They're just not able to close it out for the W. I think the Raiders' offense is going to keep their success going against the Chargers defense, which is kind of beat up, and they've kind of given away some pieces like Desmond King. So I'm on the Raiders this week. Yeah,
I'm on the Raiders as well. To me, they just look like the more efficient offense, like as a whole. If Josh Jacobs was out of this game, I'd be feeling a lot differently. But looks like he's going to be good to go. Looks like he's going to be healthy. So yeah, I'm firing up the Raiders for a win here. I do like the total again, 53 points. Playing in Los Angeles, going to be much better weather than Cleveland for the Raiders. So I'll take the over here as well. Could be a very similar game that we saw last week with the Chargers. They let up, I think it was like 3 or 4 touchdowns in a quarter and a half last week to the Broncos. So yeah, give me the Raiders and the Chargers on the over. Firing up Derek Carr, firing up Josh Jacobs, barring any last minute setbacks. Give me Hunter Renfrow and Henry Ruggs. Hunter Renfrow and Henry Ruggs. Yeah. Nelson Aguilar.
I'll put $1 on him. Darren Waller.
Yep.
Mike Williams, I'd put a dollar holler on him. He's not the lead guy there, but he's more the deep threat than Keenan Allen is. But Keenan Allen, man, he blocks, he gets back the ball. So I really like Keenan Allen. Yeah, I mean, I would fire up any of those running backs too in Los Angeles.
How deep you go into Tremaine Pope deep?
Nope, not that deep, just too deep.
Not Tremaine Pope deep. Yeah, give me some Justin Jackson. Justin Jackson's just been the better guy the past couple of weeks. Josh Kelly still has a role there. Really impressed us early on in the season, but lately it's just been Justin Jackson. So I'm going to go that direction rather than Kelly. Just recency bias, just playing that. Give me the over 53 points. Next up, we got the Steelers traveling to Dallas. Yikes. 15 points on spread. No, thank you. Not touching it. Hate those huge numbers. Again, Steelers.
I'll help you with that, though.
I don't care. I'm not putting my money anywhere near that. Not surprised. Don't care. Not touching it. Garrett Gilbert looks like he's going to be the guy. Not interested. Hey, it could be very simple. Steelers could blow him out of the water by 20 or 24. That number may even be too low, but I'm not going to play with it. No, thank you. Minus 1,100 on the money line for the Steelers. Game total at 44 points. I want no part of this game. I might take the Steelers in money line into a parlay, like an 8-gamer, 10-gamer, to maybe hike up another win. A win is a win is a win. That'll prop up the ticket a little bit, but it doesn't really give you the best value. So I'm staying away.
The best money line for Pittsburgh is minus 950. Best Dallas money line is plus 800. So
yeah, no, thank you.
You're not going to put $100 and try and win 800 on this stuff for like an upset?
No, I don't. No, thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to say that Pittsburgh is going to blow them out, man. Like, there's just all the weapons are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and even Zeke is kind of mediocre.
I don't know what they were supposed to be doing with Danuch at quarterback, but yikes.
Danuch was kind of like the guy who at recess is kind of like the teacher's kid, and you're kind of like forced to let him play quarterback because I'll call him teacher. So that was kind of like I felt like what Ben DiNucci was. So yeah, I'm glad that passed over like 1 week, and there's actually people getting chances like Garrett Gilbert. He's from the AAF. He did okay there, but it's the AAF, and so we'll see how it goes. But against Pittsburgh Steelers, good luck, Garrett. I hope you survive. All you gotta do is just walk out with your life tomorrow, and you'll be considered a success.
Jesus. Yeah, I'm not in on anything in this game. I mean, even the top pieces for the Steelers, I like Chase Claypool. That's about it. Like Juju could literally get a couple of catches and just be done. Like, I don't know who's going to do all the scoring here for the Steelers. You got to fire up Juju. You got to fire up Claypool. Deontay Johnson starting him.
Yeah.
John Connor for sure. Are you digging into the bag for James Conner? Sorry, are you digging into the bag for Anthony McFarland or Benny Snell?
Dig in for that. Benny Snell, I think he would get some play.
I feel like someone's going to go off in garbage time for the Steelers, and I'm thinking it could be one of those running backs.
What would be interesting is I think that this could possibly be like almost like a bye week for Pittsburgh because they're playing 14 straight games with the bye week being in the fourth week with Tennessee being rescheduled. So they might park the bus pretty early with this team and put in their second team as their starters rest because playing 14 straight games and that right now they're in a position to have a bye in their first week of the playoffs, which would be awesome. Mm-hmm. But if that doesn't happen, you got to kind of plan for that. And, this could be a week of rest. So I see them parking the bus against them.
Steve says we got to hammer the over here. Steve, who's going to drive the offense for the Cowboys? I mean, are the Steelers going to put up 40 on their own? I mean, when was the last time the Cowboys scored a touchdown? Period.
Kellen Clemens is going to suit up this week.
He probably. They might do well. I mean, can we trade for a coordinator and a quarterback and Byron Leftwich? I'll take that. Yeah, I just don't know who drives the number for the Cowboys here. Zeke is banged up. Like, is it Tony Pollard week? Is Tony Pollard just randomly going to put up 2 rushing touchdowns or something like that? Like,
that might be a sneaky play.
I mean, Tony Pollard looks good. His legs look fresh. He looks like the more explosive guy right now. I mean,
he wants the ball.
Pudgy old Zeke. I mean, that's what we gotta start calling him, Pudge. It looks like it was
that feed me tattoo. It came at the wrong time, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's also his COVID year, so there might be something else underlying there.
I'm telling you, Monstars took his catching ability away. That's what happened.
Whatever it is, I mean, he could just be playing for that contract right now. We don't really know. But I don't think, you know, in a week like this where he's like coming in banged up, you know, if he's gonna play, you know, let the man eat. So I'm not benching Zeke. I mean, I got to start him up. But everybody else, Mari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup,
Unfortunately, no.
bench him. Yeah, I mean, Zeke is the only guy that I'm willing to start there, and that's it. Just because he can move some chains, maybe get a 2-yard fall into the end zone touchdown. You know, maybe we get a random turnover. By the Steelers. Road Ben at the end of the day. Like you never really know what you're going to get out of Ben. He's willing to take some liberties downfield. So, felt the repercussions of that celebrating. Not really. It was just like meh. Like, what are you guys doing? It's just kind of a bonehead thing. Finn referencing the rushing the field. It was cool, like the win, but then it was just kind of like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I guarantee you, I saw people cheering with Chip. Is it Chip Kelly? That's not Chip Kelly. Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
Brian Kelly. He was like doing like a Lambeau leap there.
Whatever.
Now we're not wearing a mask, and I'm like,
it's Indiana, bro. It's a private school in Indiana. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like, am I a fan of it? No. Should they even have fans in the stands? In my opinion, no. What?
Definitely weren't COVID safe.
What the fuck? What am I going to do about it? What are they going to do? Can't take away their draft picks. Oh no, we have to hike up tuition again to pay for our fines.
But I have $1 billion endowment that I'm managing.
You understand? It's Notre Dame, man. Like we had literally a photographer or videographer like just die on a field. Like he fell from a tower. That was complete.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I've been on that practice field. I've ran laps on that practice field. I've seen those towers. They would not be safe in poor weather. I guarantee you, they would not be safe in poor weather. Yeah. And it was like a windy, rainy day type of thing. Dude wasn't even strapped in. Like we're worried about safety protocols at Notre Dame. Guys, come on. Like, what are we doing here?
It only suits us.
Yeah, exactly. Finn said the Lambeau leap got him busting up laughing.
I mean, it looked like a Lambeau leap. He was hanging out there. People were happy to have him next to him. I just hope that everybody is.
He's going to get fined Gruden style.
Well, he had the mask on. He just went near people that didn't have the mask. So I don't think, what are you going to do? Take away those people's scholarships? I don't know.
Like, it's awesome. Like, we stormed the field. Like, guys, Trevor Lawrence didn't even play. Like, can we, I mean, like, I'm excited about it, but like, there's a level that was kind of taken away from that game, like Notre Dame hasn't really beaten anybody. Now they get to play Clemson with Trevor Lawrence out. Like it's
Quick digression about Notre Dame. So I heard a story about how I think it was someone from Florida that was talking about how Brady Quinn came to the team and was like, "Oh, I went to Notre Dame, this and that stuff," and someone's like, "Dude, my punter ran a 4.5. Please get the hell out of here. Like you guys are on a different level." And I'm not talking shit about Notre Dame. It's just like they seem to celebrate now when. If you really look at it, it's not the top winning. They have like Clemson. They have the backup quarterback. Mm-hmm. The guy's really good, but it's not Trevor Lawrence. So
beat Alabama, Notre Dame, then we can talk.
Yep.
All right, moving on here. Miami Dolphins, Arizona Cardinals. Miami Dolphins +7 on the road. Cardinals -7 at home. -255 on the money line. And the Dolphins +215. It's one of my locks for the day. Give me a Cardinals straight up win, -255. Over under here is 49 points. What do you like here?
I don't see the Dolphins covering. I don't think that Brian Flores exactly knows how to use Tua. I mean, having 97 yards in someone's debut is kind of disappointing. It kind of means that you don't trust them. It's almost like John Fox when he had Tim Tebow. He would literally just run the ball. Or when Mitch Trubisky was there, he would just run the ball. And hi, Mitch Trubisky. I see the same thing happening here. I see Arizona really just lighting up the Miami defense. I really like how Kyler smiles every time he sees D-Hop in single coverage. You see that video?
No.
Oh, man. The last touchdown, he just smiles when he just sees him in single coverage. Just dimes it.
Got you.
Anyway, I see Arizona winning for sure. And Miami's not going to cover.
Yeah, give me all the Cardinals here. Are you digging into some Christian Kirk, Larry Fitzgerald? It's not there for me.
Not Larry Fitzgerald, Christian Kirk, though, yeah.
Obviously, D-Hop. I've been saying it. Any love for Eno Benjamin? You're not in?
Not yet.
Not yet. All Chase Edmonds this week.
If anybody, yeah. Drake has been a very big disappointment. I'm glad I didn't buy into that hype train.
Mhm.
Nothing against him as a skill player. It's just in the offense, he's just not lighting up the scoreboard. So
He's like top 5 rusher right now in the league. Everybody's because everyone's hurt.
that's true.
Yeah, everyone's hurt. I mean, CMC, Barkley. I mean, yeah, lot.
We said at the beginning of the season, injuries will be a big part of it. The whole first round is gone except like up select.
Like you said, sometimes volume is just there, right? I mean, he just kept getting carries. He had that one huge game against Dallas. That was a big driver to his stats. Yeah, that was a big driver to his stats. Steve is saying Jordan Howard season.
Where at?
Yeah, I don't know.
Back in. I might put him in. Good call, Steve.
1 yard for the touchdown if you need it. He's super touchdown dependent. What's his longest run of the year? Is it like 8 yards or something? Pretty rough for me starting Jordan Howard. I'm gonna need more than $1 to make him holler for sure. But give me all my Cardinals here. I'm gonna say fade the Dolphins. Are you sitting Devontae Parker?
No, absolutely not. I'm going to keep believing in him.
Preston Williams.
What?
I mean, Parker just had the 1 for 3 last week, right?
Yeah, 1 for 3 for a touchdown. That was wild.
Gonna need to come big this week, Devontae.
I think his hamstring has really been bothering him all year.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of been noticeable, but doing better than DJ Shark, so let's just keep that rolling.
A little bit.
Quick question: should I put Ezekiel Elliott in over Tony Pollard? I got that decision right now.
I'm gonna say no.
I put Chanel in over Cooper.
Wow, getting thick with it. No, I'm gonna say to keep Pollard on the bench behind Zeke unless something drastic happens here in the next couple hours.
Okay.
Chanel over Cooper, it's tough, but I get it. It makes a lot of sense. But you got to be in on some Jake Luton if you're not in on Garrett Gilbert. You're liking the unknown more than the AAF Garrett Gilbert.
Yeah, true.
So I mean.
Who should I replace Ridley with because he's out? Should I replace him with Chanel or Callaway in New Orleans?
Oh boy, Marquez, Callaway, huh? They got Mike Thomas coming back this week, so I don't really know if there's enough. Yeah, I like Chanel more. I just like the matchup up against the Texans. Yeah, so for the Cardinals, give me everybody. For the Dolphins, I'm really not comfortable starting Devontae Parker. One catch, 3 yards, and a touchdown. It's not great. Don't trust Tua. The Cardinals defense, it's not great, but it's been pretty solid. So yeah, I'm gonna say to stay away there. No Preston Williams for me. They have no running game. Not trying to start any of their running backs. I think the Dolphins are gonna have a hard time today. I think the Cardinals defense is a solid stream option as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they are. If Tua can't get going, and basically they're really depending on rushing. I think that Buddha and Chandler Jones will cause some issues for them.
Yeah, we just didn't see enough last week from Tua, and that just came from how well their defense played, their special teams. So there just wasn't enough for me for the eye test. Really, I mean, they were just really, really conservative with him. Didn't give him any real volume, so I can't really expect him to just take off this week on the road. East Coast to West Coast, nice that they're playing indoors, but that's about it. That's about it for the upside for Tua this week. Next up, we got Saints and the Buccaneers, Sunday Night Football. Saints coming in as underdogs, +4 on the road, +182 on the money line. Bucks -4, -212 on the money line. I like the Buccaneers here straight up. Game total is 50.5. What do you think here, Nick?
Give me the over on that. I think Antonio Brown.
Yep.
They already showed a connection in New England in that small game sample that we had.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's going to add to the offense, and I think that Tom Brady is going to benefit greatly from it. So I'm really excited to have Tom Brady on my team this week because I want to see what he does.
Yeah, give me the over here. I think that's the easy play. I like the Buccaneers straight up as well, but I think it's going to be a competitive game. The Saints getting back Mike Thomas right at the right time, right? Big matchup. Going after the division up against the Bucks, division leader right now. So it's huge that they got him back. I think that's going to be a big factor. Going to be a competitive game, but at the end of the day, I think the Bucks take care of business.
Yeah, I see that happening.
For the Buccaneers, are you starting Antonio Brown?
Yes, sir.
I can't do it yet. Sorry.
Oh, man.
I mean, Arians hasn't given us enough clarity on his role. Could be 9 snaps. It could be 35. Those 9 snaps, yeah, he could go off. But if you tell me right now, 100%, Antonio Brown is only playing 10 snaps in this game, Nick. Are you still comfortable?
Yes.
You know 100% he's playing 10 snaps.
Yes.
I cannot do that.
Dude, he only needs one. Like we saw, like
if that's the fantasy option that you want, where he only has one catch for 8 yards and a touchdown, that's cool. But that's not what I want. That's not what I want. They got Chris Godwin coming back. He's going to be playing. You still have Mike Evans. You still have Fournette. You still have Rojo. You still have Gronk. That we've been talking about this for weeks about this comeback, how it's going to affect the offense, and who we trust the most there. And it's just Tom, right? That's who we trust the most. First week back, I can't just tell people, yeah, throttle him into your lineup, because 9 snaps for him versus a guy like if it's up in the air between Chenal and Antonio Brown. You're telling me you're not going to give a guy like Chenal, who's like a Swiss Army knife for them? He gets rushing attempts. He gets targets. I mean, he's in a plus matchup, right? Like, how do you tell somebody like, oh yeah, you got to bench DJ Shark for Antonio Brown this week? DJ Shark's going to play 40, 50 snaps, maybe with a bad quarterback, lead dog, but Antonio Brown 10. And like I'm saying, we don't know if he's going to play 10 snaps, but I'm telling you, he plays 10 snaps. You're absolutely starting him. I can't do it.
Man, you really had me back away, man. You brought some good points.
Steve's saying Antonio Brown 30 to 50 range. If you're talking like that, then sure. But that's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing 9 to 35.
We would love to hear it.
Link that over here. Because yeah, I mean, maybe it's a huge smoke screen. Everyone's saying Antonio Brown looks good. He's ready to roll. He's in the best shape of his life, etc. I've heard all this shit before, guys. Like I've heard all that. Apparently, he's running and walking on him. That's about all I know. But they're impressed with his physical acumen. They're impressed with his attitude when he came in. Maybe he touches the field more than we expect, but with all these guys there healthy, I can't. I mean, next week I'm going to be saying that, yeah, he's a lock, right? Yeah. Week 10, he's a lock. This week, if you got better options, you got to roll him out there. If the last dude on the bench, he's in your lineup for sure. Are you firing up Gronk, Godwin, Evans?
Gronk, yes, I'm firing up Godwin. I take $1 holler on him. Evans, I think so.
Evans is who I'd feel most comfortable with just because he's healthiest. Godwin's still banged up. What about these running backs? Rojo, Fournette?
Rojo, not Fournette. Fournette has been a huge disappointment.
Fournette's been coming on. Last week, Rojo, he fumbles in his own red zone. I don't know if he's still going to be in the doghouse for it. I got to feel like Rojo, another top 10 rusher in the league here. I think he's like 6 or 7 or something like that. I don't understand it. But he got in the doghouse last week with that fumble. When you're in Tom's doghouse, it's a bad place to be. It's not a good thing. So between the two of them, I still got to say Rojo, but I think Fournette's going to be a pain in his ass this week. For the Saints, we're starting Kamara, starting Mike Thomas. Yeah. No Marquez Galloway. Jared Cook.
Jared Cook, yeah.
Jared Cook, solid.
Jared Cook a lot.
Drew Brees, I think he's a bench candidate.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, I just don't see the yardage happening. If anything, he would have a lot of touchdowns, but not like. Yeah, I could see 3 touchdowns, 250 yards. So.
Finn says, "What's the over/under on how many games he plays before getting suspension? Is a bettor's bet." 5.
3.
I think 5 is a gambler's number, in this situation. But Steve says he'll take the under on that. Take the under on 3. Take the under on 5.
I'm going to take the under on 5, over on 3.
Who's the suspension come from, though? Is it the team? Is it the league? I'm going to say the league within 3 games. Yeah, sure. Why not? Screw it. Well, they'll need some drama in a couple weeks. Adam Schefter just texted me trying to let me know about Matty Ice. No, it's not coming up. No worries. All right, moving on here. You're trying to fire up as many people as you can from this matchup. I don't love Drew Brees. I think he does throw an interception, maybe even 2 in this game. I think it's going to be a ton of Alvin Kamara this week. They're going to use him in every aspect they can, rushing, passing. He's going to be moving the chains. Last up, New England and the Jets, Monday Night Football. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Game total, 41 points. New England somehow minus 10 on the spread. The Jets, they didn't cover up against the Chiefs. They're at home plus 10, plus 360 on the money line. I hate every bit of this game. I don't want the number. I don't want the money line. I don't want the spread. I don't want any fantasy options. What do you think?
I'm going to go under, and Jets don't cover.
Under 40 points. Like, it's so hard to see those games take place in this league.
I definitely see it happening.
I can see it. It sounded like Joe Flacco is going to be the quarterback here for the Jets. Joe Flacco, Jamison Crowder playing. Still don't love it. No Flacco, no P. Ryan, no Gore, no Crowder. I mean, hey, I'd start Berrios if Darnold was playing, but he's not. So no Berrios.
Denzel Mims? No
Denzel Mims. Rashad Perriman playing. I don't know. Don't care. Doesn't matter. It's the goddamn Jets. No, thank you. Can you start Cam?
Probably like the only viable option besides like James White.
James White, Cam, maybe like Damiere Byrd, N'Keal Harry. I don't know. Jacoby Myers. Nah, I'm not in on any of them. No, I'm not in on Cam either. Like the Jets, they can blitz. It's like anybody can just run at the quarterback. I don't love any part of this matchup. It's going to be a really bad Monday night game. I'm not looking forward to tomorrow night's coverage. We'll be talking a lot of Week 9 wrap-ups, a lot of review, a lot of recaps tomorrow night. That is for certain. Any value that you like in this game whatsoever?
No. I feel like you're going to be greatly disappointed if you put any money on it. You'll be sitting there bet on this game.
Like, I really feel like that total is coming in between 39 and 42 points.
I can see that.
Like, it's going to piss some people off like crazy. Let's just jump into some props here that kind of wraps up the card, into some props for the week. Any of these numbers that we like here. Just going to throw some numbers at you in some iffy games. Ben Roethlisberger, can he hit 264 passing yards?
Yes.
Seems like the easy answer, but it's just like, does James Conner and company just bury the ball? That's the only thing that worries me. Like, does he just park it at like 250 because they don't need to? Do we see Mason Rudolph come in and, get some quality practice in?
I think he gets over it, and then they park.
Yeah, I could see it. I'll take the over there. I think it's a close number though. Cam Newton that we were just talking about, 207 passing yards.
Under.
Yeah, I'm gonna say under as well. Let's see. Dan Jones, Drew Lock coming off a career game, 259 passing yards up against the Falcons. I'm gonna say over. I'm gonna say he can hit that. I think that's a good number. The kid Luton, 230 passing yards. I'm gonna say yeah. I think he takes some big shots. I think he takes some big shots downfield. He doesn't. They absolutely don't. Pat Mahomes, Carolina Panthers, 294 passing yards.
I see it happening. I see Carolina.
Big game from Mahomes.
I'm not saying big game. I'm just saying that Carolina keeps fighting and they have to keep using it.
All right, fair enough. Same game. Teddy Bridgewater, 267 to hit the over.
Yeah,
CMC is coming back. I think there's a little bit more value here. Let's jump over to some rushing yards. Cam Newton, can he hit 49.5? He's been doing a lot of running. Yeah, I'll say so. Antonio Gibson up against the Giants, 52.5. Yeah, I'll say so. Chase Edmonds, 68.5 this week against Miami. I'm going to say yeah. Just based on the volume that they're giving Drake, if they're not giving Eno Benjamin any love, I got to imagine he can hit that number. Let's see. Deshaun Watson, give me a quarterback prop, 22.5. Can he hit 22.5? They are playing the Jags.
Over.
Yeah, I'll take the over as well. Dobbins, coming off a 100-yard rushing game. Can he hit 55.5 up against the Colts on the road? I'm going to say under there. I'm going to say there's a little bit less run this week up against a stiffer defense. Tua Tagovailoa, 14.5 up against the Cardinals. I'm going to say he can get it. I think he runs for his life this week. Let's go over to some receptions, and we'll wrap it up here. Long list, though, I got to go through for the receiving yards. Let's see here. Adam Thielen, 4.5 catches.
Over 5.
I'll take that for sure. Albert over 2.5. I'll take the over. Brandon Cooks for the Texans, over 4.5.
Under 4.
I'll take the over there. Good matchup. Chase Claypool, can he hit 5 in a plus matchup? Yeah, I'll take that as well. And last one to wrap it up. DJ Shark, is he going to hit 5? Yeah, I like 4 for like 60, and I pray for the touchdown. All right, well, that's about it, guys. Hope you guys are doing good. May the force be with you. You guys take it to the Hizzy this week 9. Happy Sunday to you. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time. Be good.